Rats. The power is out.
Oh!
Hey everyone, remember me? Jules Jerkoff? The Colonial Claims Insurance Adjuster? That's Colonial Claims, spelled with AK, and AK, man, I love it here in Hawaii. I did such a great job screwing Sandy victims, my boss told me I could stay in Hawaii as long as I want, so I have been spending all my time at the beach with my girlfriend. Well, not my girlfriend exactly, but this can of Hawaiian Punch, because I am such a low-life creep, no humans will hang out with me. That is, unless I pay them. Which I have no problem doing. I mean, spare no expense, right? Climate change is happening, that means I will only get richer. And so, I flew my favorite band down here and had them write my can a song, you know, to show her my appreciation for hanging out with me in Hawaii. So I don't get lonely. What good is all this money if I have no one to share it with? This can is my soul mate. Her heart is as cold and steely as my own. You'll like the song. It's very catchy. When you're picking the punch, pick the pick of the bunch, da da dee da 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 da. You'll see it, Osmonds.
We're gonna go Hawaiian. When you're picking a punch, pick the pick of the bunch. Come on and go Hawaiian. The 7 natural fruits, luscious luau fruits. Come on and go Hawaiian.
Hawaiian Punch, Fruit Punch.
Vitamin C and 10% fruit juice.
From the pick of the bunch. And speaking of the pick of the bunch.
How'd you like a nice Hawaiian Punch?
You pick the pick of the bunch. Come on and go Hawaiian.
Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't supposed to see us alone together. I thought that video was going to be longer. How embarrassing. There, sweet can. I see you are a bit red. Don't be ashamed. That was only a natural display of affection. And it's even legal in some states. Or countries. Or nowhere. I forget which. The great thing about screwing a can of fruit punch is that she never gets upset with me. Or holds a grudge. Unlike those flood victims, I can't snuggle or spoon with them after I am done screwing them. They get so angry and emotional. And the crying. I can't stand the crying. Hey, that reminds me. I was supposed to send that Tony Citizen guy a check for his boiler last week. Or was that 3 months ago? Something like that, I forget. Time really flies down here in Hawaii. Isn't that right, my luscious fruit juicy friend?
Yes, Jules, my sweet strong man.
I've become a pretty good ventriloquist. If I didn't love ruining people's lives so much, I would stay down here forever doing lounge acts.
Maybe when you retire, honey, my sweet pear.
Hawaiian Punch can, stop calling me my sweet pear. It implies I have a fat ass. Funny stuff, right? I guess I should stick with my day job. Now to take care of that Tony Citizen claim, I can do it right here from the beach, on my iPad. My girlfriend doesn't mind if I work, of course. This job pays for her bucket of ice. Let's see. Okay, I'll hit send check. And what the hell, I'm feeling generous today. I'll send him a copy of the U.S. Forensics Engineer Report. That's U.S. Forensics. Spelled F-O-U-R-E-N-Z-I-X. With an X. Not to be confused with any other engineering companies, just a click and a click. There, it's sent. Oh, yawn. That was a lot of work. I need a nap. Smell you later, big time losers. Ah. This is nice.
Oh my god, Cough Angel. This feels so good.
I know, Tony. I remember my first time too.
Thank you so much for letting me use your shower. I can't remember the last time I had a hot shower. And your water pressure is wonderful.
I know, nothing feels like the first hot shower after you've been living like an animal in a mold-infested house with no plumbing. I am glad I could do this for you, Sweetie, you'd better get out here. I was on the computer shopping for cough syrup and it looks like you got an important email.
Okay, I'll get dressed and be right out. Ah, that was so refreshing.
Well, something smells good in here.
Do you mean someone?
Something like someone I really like smells good. It's a nice change.
You smell good too. And you have heat. You're an amazing woman, pulling off a situation like this.
A girl has to do what a girl has to do.
So what's this important email about?
Well, I didn't open it up. I only saw who it is from. Don't blow a gasket. It's from that Jules Jerkoff guy you love so much.
I hate that father mucker Jules Jerkoff. He ruined my life. I don't care what he has to say.
Oh, come on, Tony. Maybe he decided to pay you some more money. You have to read it.
I need a shot of this cough syrup first. Father mucking Jules mucking Jerkoff. This mold cough is his fault. I'm addicted to the syrup. I can't stop coughing without it.
Poor Tony. Come here and sit down.
That's for the hot shower.
Hee hee.
Okay, let's see what it says here. Dear Mr. Citizen, blah blah blah, oh my god. He said he reviewed my claim again and found a mistake. He reduced my payout from $6,900 to $6,500. I hate this guy. I hate the NFIP. I hate the system. I want to start kicking ass and taking names. This is total bullshit.
Look what it says in your engineering report. It says that the engineer found a crack in the sidewalk in front of your house, which proves that earth movement caused the damage, not a flood. Therefore your flood policy is not responsible for paying for your repairs. That doesn't make any sense. How does a crack outside negate the fact that 4 feet of raging contaminated ocean water flooded your home?
More bullshit.
Wait, it goes on. It says the homeowner, Tony Citizen, verbally confirmed the crack in the sidewalk had been there prior to the storm.
Wait, what? I never said that.
Do you see the crack there, in the sidewalk?
Well, that's not really a crack. That's a spacer. They put those there on purpose so the cement can expand and contract.
I assume it was like that before the flood.
Well yeah, it was like that, before the flood. Because that's how cement guys make sidewalks.
I don't think it's a design flaw.
I agree. It is certainly not a design flaw.
Excellent. I will quote you saying you agree.
Whatever. Oh shit. I guess I sort of said that. He took it out of context. He twisted my words. That crack he is talking about isn't even a crack, it's a spacer. It's supposed to be there. That is how they design a good sidewalk to prevent cracks.
What a son of a bitch. Look, Tony, why don't you go into business with me? I have expanded my supply. I could use your help with distribution.
Angel, while I admire and respect your entrepreneurial side, I have always been an upstanding citizen and I have to trust my government. Selling Robitussin on the street is a brilliant idea. I am proud that you had a great idea and stuck with it. You even opened up an LLC and started paying taxes. Small business ownership is an American dream. But so was the America our forefathers founded. I am sure they would roll over in their graves if they read this engineer report. I cannot stand by and let greedy politicians and corporations and their lobbyists continue to ruin our nation. I have to get out there and do something. Something for the people. I need to lobby for the people. I need to protect my rights, and yours, both as a citizen and a small business.
That is very inspiring, Tony. What are you going to do?
There's a protest in town today. At the courthouse. I am going to go and rally with my fellow homeless floodies. Do you want to come with me?
Nope.
Did she say nope?
Yep.
Yep, you said nope? Or nope, you said yep?
Exactly.
Exactly, what?
What, exactly?
I don't understand.
So, ask me again.
What was I asking you?
You don't remember?
I'm so confused. I have no idea what we were talking about.
We were talking about why I won't go to the protest with you. That's why. That's what it's like dealing with the government. They don't give a shit about us. They just give you the runaround, Like I just did, until you give up or forget why you bothered, and then you go away.
I don't know about that.
No one cares about us, Tony. And if the government doesn't give support to their own citizens, I don't see how it's not going to bite them in the ass. I'm not talking about entitlements. I'm just talking about holding up their end of the human social contract.
Ah, I remember social contract theory from Philosophy 101. Social contract theory states, 1. There must be guarantees that people will not harm one another, and, 2. People must be able to rely on one another to keep their agreements. Only a government can provide for 1, and 2. Therefore, we need government. In establishing a government, people give up some of their personal freedom, like the freedom of anarchy, and give the government the authority to enforce laws and agreements. Those living under a government are parties to a social contract. Each person agrees to follow the laws of the state on the condition that everyone else does the same. That way, we are all relatively safe from each other and we all benefit from the other social goods that will result. I put some notes about that up on the whiteboard behind me for any illiterate politicians that may be watching.
Illiterates can't read.
I know, honey, that was the joke. Let's take a moment to look at that.
I have to ask. Where did you get that professor outfit, nerd boy?
The thrift shop, of course. I am gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
I'm hunting, looking for a come up.
This is fucking awesome.
Granddad's clothes.
Incredible.
Professor coat.
Thrift shop down the road. Oh, yeah. That was so fun. I have so much fun with you, Tony.
Thanks. A lot of people seem to have fun with me. I have over 100 Facebook friends now, and I'm not even a real person.
Anyway, my point was, when you have a government that doesn't conform to the norms of the human social contract, the government loses credibility with its people.
Right. If the government starts screwing people, you get anarchy. Like a protest.
The way I see it, this country evolved as a nation by the people, for the people, and now it's devolving to a nation controlled by corporate greed. Elected officials are corrupt people who are power and money hungry. They don't give a shit about anything but who is going to give them the most money for their campaign, and how many connections they can make to get big payout of their private industry cronies when their time in office is over. Some people still have high morals and high standards, but the system eats them up like a box of goobers. That's how come we end up with all this bullshit. We are led by mostly disinterested people trying to become popular, whether they accomplish anything or not, and if we get up and complain too loudly, the politicians don't fix the problems, they just slap band-aids on everything so they can win the next election. Those band-aid will fall off as soon as they leave office. Yet they pat themselves on the back, and air propagandist commercials, that are all, look what I did. Look what I did, when anyone paying attention knows they haven't done shit. And then everyone who isn't paying attention only has the information from the commercials, and if the commercials run long enough, they accept it as fact. These commercials hide the fact that the social contract is not being met. For example, I heard Cuomo was running a bunch of ads out of state saying he's helped New York rebuild. In the ads, which aired in mid-2013, he walks around our towns, showing people rebuilding, and implies the construction is owed all to him. But in reality, that construction was demonstrating people who had gone out of pocket to rebuild. People who were not paid fairly on their insurance claims, who had to drain their savings and 401k plans to do construction, people who had to take out loans because their insurance screwed them, including senior citizens who will probably be dead before they can pay that money back.
Not a dime of that construction was funded by Sandy Aid, as he implied. Not a dime of that money had been handed out to anyone when he made those ads.
Well, except for to Cuomo. He raided that fund to make his commercials. To the tune of $40 million. That figure comes from the New York Times.
That's just shameful.
And he didn't even come up with a catchy jingle like Chris Christie, who only spent $25 million of Sandy aid money on ads. Most New Yorkers didn't see Cuomo's commercials. He purposely ran them outside of New York so we wouldn't see them and blow a gasket.
Well, in all fairness, they were geared towards businesses outside of New York. The campaign was called New York is Open for Business.
Well, in all fairness, did you see one goddamned ad on TV telling you how to get Sandy aid? No. The guy's priority is making himself look good so he can run for president.
Actually, no one tells us how to get help. We have to tell each other. I call the system the Facebook, Underground, Railroad, for the dissemination of flood victim information. There's no central source for sharing recovery information with flood victims. We have a hard enough time existing from day to day being displaced or living like animals. Then we have to guess what is going on because no one made a communication plan. Anyone who is not computer savvy is basically screwed. And that is mostly the senior citizen population, and they are the people who need help the most. Why wasn't some of that $40 million used to run commercials telling flood victims where to turn? I saw one ad that praised the help, but had no information on how to get it.
Our governor used our disaster aid to make himself look good in 49 states where no one has any idea what is really going on. What did he need those ads for? Did the whole world stop trading on the New York Stock Exchange for 6 months? No. But are you sleeping in a mold-infested stripped house? Yes. Are small businesses in the area still closed down? Yes, I think it is pretty obvious New York was opened back up for big business. Those ads are campaign ads to help Cuomo, not ads to help New York State Sandy victims.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds pretty fucked up.
Everything is just bullshit. Bullshit on top of bullshit.
You know what? Despite all of this, I am feeling stronger than the storm. Are you?
I'll try that on for size.
Jersey Shore is open.
The word is spreading. Because we're stronger than the storm.
You bet we are.
Nope, that didn't work for me.
Me either. I think I'll stick to Macklemore.
The storm is not what we need to be stronger than, anyway. It's all the paperwork.
It's been a shitstorm of paperwork. I am not stronger than the shitstorm.
Anyway, back to government. The social contract today is between politicians and big giant corporations, not government and citizens, as it should be. Corporations fund campaigns. Their interests, therefore, are more important than ours. Going against corporations is political suicide. It needs to be done, but everyone is too greedy to be the one to do it. Leaders are abusing the power that we gave them. That power is supposed to protect us. I believe no one in politics is motivated to care about people. They just care about getting the vote and then they drop your issues like a hot potato. The root cause of the problem is no one who runs the country cares about anything other than the next election. This sets the bar for the attitude of the entire nation. It sets the bar low across the board. We've become a nation who loves short-term gratification. In my opinion, Obamacare, Common Core, and fracking are all short-term gratification solutions. None of them address the root of the problems. Politicians don't care if what they do works. They just want to be able to say they did something.
That seems to be true. Interesting. I never thought about how the social contract has shifted to corporations over greed and money. It is kind of depressing to think about.
Political roles have shifted from a position of honor and leadership, to an interim stepping stone, to high-paying private industry jobs. In the end, they don't care how many lives they ruin in the process, as long as there is no serious impact to the vote. A few thousand floody votes won't make a dent in the system. That's why you have no walls, It's because your vote doesn't matter. There is no such thing as humanitarianism when it comes to politics. Unless the suffering have a strong enough vote, and that is a bipartisan policy. This should not be a sustainable model of governing. But Americans are turning into idiots. Corporations control us, and we like it that way. It's a vicious cycle. Keep your face in your iPhone, everyone. If you're busy playing Candy Crush, maybe you won't notice your well-being is being compromised by your elected officials. They just don't care. So if it's just as well to you, Tony, while you go protest, I'm going to go shopping at Walmart. I give up.
Cough Angel, you can't give up on America like that.
Tony, America gave up on me first. If I wasn't peddling cough syrupy syrup to agitated suburban moms, I would have no place to live. The flood uprooted a tree that fell on my house. My roof was destroyed. Flood insurance said it is not their responsibility to pay because that was wind and rain damage. Homeowners said the flood did the damage, and they refused to pay. So because big corporations matter and I don't, I have no recourse. I was sleeping in my kitchen cabinet until I got this place. I support your noble ideals. But I just don't feel my participation will make a dent in the machine. It's too big.
That's a defeatist attitude. We need to stand up for ourselves. And stand up for our country.
You mean, like Snowden? I would say he noticed a breach in the social contract we have with our government. When people stand up for the people's best interests, or the country, they get treated like shit. Look at our vets. I don't want to end up like them. This is a lost cause.
I hope I can prove you wrong.
Oh, I hope so too, Tony. It's noble for you to try. Good luck at the protest.
Thanks. I'm not sure I can do anything at all. After all, I am just a cartoon, but I have to try.
Not me. I'm not even going to try. I think it's a total waste of time. So, can I get you anything from Walmart, Tony?
Yeah, I'll take a box of Kellogg's Cracklin' Oat Bran cereal. A tiny box of that stuff is $6 at the supermarket. Somehow, at Walmart, it's half that price. I don't know how they do that.
It's probably made in China with sawdust.
Yeah, but there's enough cinnamon on it so I won't notice. I have to go now or I'm going to be late. I'll see you and your dark views of the world later, my jaded little cough angel.
I am jaded. While I do respect the founding fathers of this nation, without whom I would not have the ability to rant about my own government, I cannot understand how with how advanced and comfortable we are today, in this nation, that I have leaders who think it is okay for me to live in a mold-infested kitchen cabinet, or for Tony to live in that dangerous house, when both of us had purchased sufficient insurance coverage from the government for this disaster. I know a lot of you are still living in trailers, or in houses that look like Tony's. The question is why, when we responsibly lived up to our end of the social contract. We pay our mortgages, we paid for flood insurance, we pay taxes. We pay one of the highest property tax rates in the nation and I can't live in my house. I am being punished for being responsible, and that Jules Jerkoff is off in Hawaii, getting rewarded because he has no morals, as you can see. My bullshit meter is on high alert for every issue now, beep beep beep. Do you hear it going off? But, in Tony, this bullshit ignites a spark to try and make a change. He still has morals and standards, and expectations. He's the type of person I mentioned earlier, the kind that gets gobbled up by the system like a box of goobers. Everyone reacts differently. And we have freedom of speech to discuss it. And that still makes this country a great place. That's why it's such a shame that we are all going to be Chinese soon. C'est la vie. I'll practice my French in case I need to defect to Canada after the invasion. Sacre bleu. Oui oui. Bonjour. One thing is certain. Walmart will still be there after my nap.